Let's draw Hobbes!
It's time for another Go-Go Mock Rocket Sheep.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Go-Go Mock Rocket Sheep. Today we are drawing Hobbes from Calvin and Hobbes, so let's get to it.
Easy mode.
Okay, easy mode Hobbes. I think that for easy mode Hobbes, what we will do is in the cartoons, sometimes, well, Hobbes is like a stuffed tiger that Calvin brings to life through the power of his imagination, right? So we're going to draw the stuffed tiger version of Hobbes because it's pretty easy and it uses mostly ovals. So we start with kind of an oblong oval like this, and that is the body. Then we add another oval, kind of starting here, and it comes down like this. Nice. And then another oval over here, and these are Hobbes' legs, kind of like that. There we go. Then we add the arms, and one arm comes like this, and the other arm comes like this. There we go. And then we add the head, and the head is a circle like that, and then it comes down on a little bump like that. Okay, next is the nose, and the nose is a upside down triangle right here. Okay, and then there's a little line that comes out and two little lines like that. Then is the I don't know how to describe it. I guess like the white fur. It'll be white eventually, so it's just going to be a little outline, and it comes like this and makes a cheek, comes down like that, and then it actually comes all the way down here, except we're not going to draw. We're not going to end up outlining that, but that's where the color will be. It'll make sense later. Okay. Then we add the eyes, which are two ovals right there. The ears, which are two ovals, one here and one here. Nice. Okay, there we go. Then we add all the little spiky stripes. So they come down 1, 2. These are triangles too. 3, 4, like so. Okay, that needs to be a straight line like that. There we go. Then we add the stripes here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And make the stripes come up to this point. Now what we're going to do is we're going to color orange from here onwards, but we're not going to make a sharp line like that, just because in the comics, often when Hobbes in the comic is in stuffed animal form, it's when it's the black and white comics. So we're kind of like going to cheat a little bit by coloring it. But yeah, normally Hobbes isn't in stuffed animal form in any of the colored ones, at least that I could find. Okay, so then we need to add the tail, which is a little bloopy like that. Make it rounded at the end. There we go. Okay, then the end of the tail is black, and then we add the stripes like this. Right. Okay. Now the tip of all of Hobbes' limbs is white, and then there are stripes. There we go. So that is kind of a pencil layer. I'm not going to speed up the inking because I want to show you what I mean when it comes to not coloring in this line. So we're going to color it white and orange here, and we're going to draw kind of an invisible line. We'll keep that line there, the one we drew, and that's where we're going to draw orange, but we're not going to make that a thick outline. So we can outline the rest of Hobbes, and maybe I will use a where is it, my textured pen. Okay, up. So we go like this. We outline just like normal our pencils. It's a little thick. There we go. So as you can see, all that I'm doing is tracing carefully over the lines that we drew, and I'm picking the ones that I want to keep. Okay, so, and then I'm coloring in the shapes, the dark spaces, right? So there's a stripe, there's a stripe, yeah, there's a stripe. Doing all the little stripes. Okay, so this one I will outline, and then I'll draw the triangle. Nice. There we go. Now this is where I'm not going to draw that outline over there, like right here. I'm just going to go up. There's one arm, and I'll color in that thick stripe, and then that thick stripe. Okay. And then the reason I don't want to draw that one, by the way, is because I've seen people, to make it color, add that, and it doesn't look right, because Hobbes stripes are kind of supposed to be these little triangles, and so if you add it as rectangles, it doesn't look right, in my opinion. So we're going to keep the triangles, and then we're just going to add we'll add that line by using the orange, because not everything is outlined. Like, if you look in real life, very rarely are you going to find anything outlined. In illustration, like the drawings that we're doing, we can add outlines and stuff, but just because you can add an outline doesn't mean you need to. So that's what we're going to do with this Hobbes drawing. We're just going to not outline this line. We're going to not do that. I've said it like 1,000 times now. You're like, Rob, we get it. We're not adding that line. Okay, we can move on then. Okay, let me color that in. Bloop, bloop. Bloop, bloop. Added the stripes. Bloop, bloop. Okay, good. Now we're going to color it. And I won't use the fill tool. We only need one color, and that is orange. I won't use the fill tool because it'd be kind of cheating, but also because you can see with this textured pen that I'm adding. Oh yeah, I should say, before you color, obviously, you want to erase your pencils. There we go. Okay? So, okay, now we can color. And I want it to look textured. I don't want it to look super clean, because that's one nice thing about drawing digitally is you can make things look really clean, really professional, etc., etc. But sometimes that goes too far, and I want this to look like it's a drawing, not like it's a computer digital whatever. So I'm just going to, oops. Now look, you don't want to do this, what I just did. You don't want to color in that, because remember, this is where we're leaving that soft line like that. Okay? So Hobbes has a white belly, and he's got white paws. But we're just going to leave it a soft line, not a harsh outline, because then I think it's a little more faithful to the comics from what I've seen of other people's trying to draw Hobbes. Okay, there's our easy mode Hobbes. I think it looks pretty good. Pretty darn cute if you ask me. All right, let's move on. Medium mode. I thought it'd be fun to draw Hobbes, but like the Hobbes that Calvin imagines. And so I whipped out one of my trusty Calvin and Hobbes books here, and I picked a frame. It is this frame, and we're going to draw that as best as we can. So it's actually pretty similar in makeup to the other Hobbes, which was kind of fun. So it starts with a, let's start with the body. It's just an oval. Nice. Then let's add the head, which is a circle for now. We'll make it more complicated. Then we add the feet, which are two little ovals. Two little ovals. Nice. And then we can connect the feet with legs. Kind of like that. And like that. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Nice. Then the arm, from the top of this older oval here, is a shoulder, and we're going to have it follow the curve down, kind of like this. Blip. And then we're going to do the hand. 1, 2, 3. And then it looks like in this picture, Hobbes is holding a flag. So let's do that. We'll add a little flagpole, and then we'll add the flag like that. Very nice. Then he's got his sort of fuzzy fur, which comes like this. And then like this on this side. On this side, he's got the tube that comes down for arm. Like that. Nice. Now for Hobbes' face, we got to add the nose, which is a big oval colored in black. The mouth comes around like this. And then the chin is just a little bump under here. Now, his cheeks have the explosion of fur. Boom, 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 kind of like that. Dun, dun, dun. On that side. Then we add the snout line, as well as 2 little eyes. 2 little dots like that. Excuse me. Then we add the floof on the front there. Comes down. And then his eyebrow is actually a stripe like this. He's got one more stripe over here. And then 2 stripes on the side. And then we got the ears, which are 2 little ovals. Bump and bump. Like so. Okay, then we got to add the stripes. He's got 1 stripe coming over his shoulder. Like this. And then his arm stripes are awesome because they're uneven and they go in crazy ways like that, and they just look so much fun to draw. Okay. And then the white part, and he's got stripes. And then he's got stripes on his legs. And then he's got a little toe. And then another on this side over here. The leg comes back there. A little toe. Toe comes around. And then his tail, which comes down out of the back of Hobbes and up and around. And the tip is black, and then the lines are kind of crazy. My pencil layer is okay, but in my ink layer is where I really try to bring it together and make it look more like Hobbes. Alright, there's my attempt at a medium mode Hobbes. It's not bad. One thing that I think is just so great is when you have a cartoonist that you admire, like Bill Waterson, who I admire greatly, creator of Calvin and Hobbes. It's actually not a bad idea to try to mimic their art from time to time, just because you gain an appreciation for how they do stuff, right? Like Hobbes is made up of blank space and outlines, but also like no outlines. So like right here on his face, like there's a lot of empty space, and it's just a few lines to define what he looks like. And anyway, I just think that's genius, and it's the mark of a real good cartoonist. Bill Waterson, the best. Hard mode. Okay, here's my hard mode. I'm pretty happy with how it came out. Here's the original, Bill Waterson, a genius, adding all those little complications, and such a good painter. All the color work there, it's awesome. And here's mine. I think it turned out pretty good. It took me about an hour to do in total. By far the most stretching painting that I've had to do so far for one of these Go Mock Rocket Ship videos. It was a lot of fun. Now, I think that before we take a look at the art that you sent me last week, I think that we should take a look at this week's extra credit. Huge shout out to Leonardo, who actually did the extra credit assignment this last week. Here it is. He drew this with circles. Looks awesome. So stoked. This week, your job is to find a cartoonist, like a comic book that you like. Maybe it's Calvin and Hobbes, maybe it's Garfield, who knows what it is. But go find your favorite cartoon character and then take a look at it and draw it. And you'll find that a lot of cartoon characters are simplified because, cartoonists have to draw their cartoon characters every day, sometimes 5 or 6 times a day. So the designs are very simplified, but they're iconic, which means that even though they're simple, you can tell exactly what they're representing, who they're supposed to be. So find yourself a cartoonist and draw their character and send it to me, because I would love to see it. And now let's take a look at the art you sent in. Thank you so much for sending all that stuff in. As always, I would love to see the art that you make. Send it to gogomockrocketcheap@gmail.com or just tag me in any of your social media and I'll find it that way. Thanks so much. See you next time.